Sup, guys, this is Baseball for FPC, and today I'm bringing you another custom Nazi Zombie gameplay video. I'm playing on the map Nazi Zombie Albtraum, which was created by the mapper Hybrid, and it was released just a couple months ago. I want to say back in June of 2012, so still a pretty recent map. This is version 3, I believe. And I'll be honest, for a version 3, this still has quite a few bugs that I thought would have been fixed before now. So I'll be getting to those a little bit later when I start talking about the map itself. However, still on to the preliminary introductions, I am playing with Yorn100. He's actually the one who showed me this map. He asked me to play it, and so here I am playing it with him. Anyways, this just goes for my channel, but if you guys have a particular map that you want me to play, feel free to leave it in the comments section, or just get a hold of me somehow, maybe private message me. However, just get in contact with me and I'll be happy to review one of those maps. I already have another map, I believe it's Never Die from Epic Battle 115, so if you're watching this Epic Battle, then I am definitely going to be playing that map. I just had this one in mind first. So anyways, onto the map. This was created by Hybrid. It's version 3. It was released pretty recently ago, and it still has several major bugs. So before we start talking about that, we are in the start room right here. There are 2 windows, and then there are 1 or 2 riser spawns in here as well. So if you're playing solo, this room is kind of intense because the windows are pretty, not too far apart, but during rounds maybe 4 or 5, you might want to consider getting out of here pretty quickly because things start to heat up quite a bit. Maybe like the past 3 or 4 games before this, Yorn and I had failed miserably just in the start zone. One of us had gone down and then the other person was basically screwed over royally. So yeah, it does get pretty intense in here. You want to watch out for that. So I do believe there are 2 riser spawns in this room, and then there are obviously the 2 window spawns. You also have the Gewir. Now, I've had some people correcting me on my pronunciation of these rifles. And so I'm sorry if I pronounced them wrong. I've never actually heard them spoken out loud, so I'm just going off what it looks like. And I believe they're German rifles, so if I butcher the names, I'm sorry. Feel free to correct me again. And I know somebody already corrected me on the Gewir, but I completely forgot how he told me it was actually supposed to be pronounced. So anyways, yeah, go ahead and correct me. It'll help me to be better. I'll take criticism whenever I get it. So we opened up the first blocker for 2K. We've got an MP40 off the wall, and we also have Quick Revive. The power is not on yet, so we cannot get it. And if you had noticed, this was a Doris style map, so we do have all 4 perks as well as the Pack-a-Punch. We also have Bouncing Betties and I believe the Bowie Knife. So your typical Doris style features as well as dogs. I should not forget to mention that. Double negative, whatever. Just grab double points right there. We're going to be chilling in this room here, rack up a little bit of points. Next blocker is for 1750. I've already bought the MP40. That's one of the bugs right there. It's not a glitch or anything. It's just the texture for the MP40 was pulled back a little bit too far, so it's kind of floating around like that. Not a big deal. We're going to run down in here. We bought the blocker for 1750. There are about 4 or 5 riser spawns in here, so things do heat up once you're down in this location, so it's best to chill up back where we were for a couple rounds, get several thousand points. That way you'll be able to blow through this area pretty quickly. And this is where one of the bugs comes in. If you open up this door, if you open up the door that we just opened for 1750, but you do not run down to where we are right now, if you just stay up where the MP40 is, then the zombies that are down here will glitch out. They'll spawn, and then they'll just kind of chill right where they are. So, yeah, they'll spawn, and then they'll just stand around not chasing you. That's if you open up the door, and then you don't run down here. So you want to be aware of that. That's one of the, I would call it a map-breaking bug. Because the zombies in an entire room do not follow you, I would call that map breaking. So you saw just about a minute ago we had opened up the power, and that was where the power was, obviously. We've gone down here, we've got the Bouncing Betties, we also have the random box, and Yorn went ahead and opened up this area. We've got the trench gun on the wall, and we've got one window back here. This is a really easy place to hold. There are actually two of these really easy places to hold, and I'll be showing you the other one in a couple rounds. So this is the first one. As you can see, we've got a long straight hallway, only one zombie spawn in the back, and then all the zombies funnel in from the front. So that makes it extremely easy to hold. You also have the trench gun on the wall, and I failed miserably right there. I was trying to be a hero, as you can see me typing right there. Been going for my pistol kills, trying to use up ammo, get a couple extra points. However, I ended up getting slapped twice. So that was a pretty big fail right there. Luckily, Yorn was right there on my back, and nothing happened too seriously. So as I said, we've got the trench gun on the wall right there. You've got a steady supply of ammo if you wanted to camp this spot in the later rounds. This is an extremely good spot. As I've said repeatedly, you only basically have the one way in, and then you've got the one spawn in the back. It's a pretty dark map, I'll say that, so I apologize if you can't really see what's going on. I just bought the bouncing betties right here. These make for excellent fallback counters, I guess. The bouncing betties will take care of the zombies coming in through the windows if you accidentally let them through, and then they'll also deal with the dogs. We're coming up on our first dog round right here, and all the dogs spawn further away, and they all funnel down this one hallway. So once again, it's easy for dogs, it's also easy for the zombies. Not very difficult. I'll be talking to you about the second place that we can camp. We'll be camping here for a little bit, and then we'll be moving on. I'll be speeding up the clips here in just a little bit. I can't tell if I've already started to speed them up or not. I don't believe I have. But maybe in a round or two I'll speed up the footage, because we are just camping here. There's not much to it. You keep one guy in the front watching the spawns from where the box is, and then you've got one guy watching the window in the back. And that'll make things go very easily. You can both rake up quite a few points, because there are quite a few zombies that actually spawn by the window as well as spawning by the box. So you've got it split pretty evenly between the two. This allows both players to rack up basically the same amount of points, so you don't have one guy kill whoring the whole time, racking up like 10k while the other guy's stuck in the back not doing anything. There is a fair amount of action on both sides. So right now I'm taking the front with the MP40, Yorn has the back with the window. I'm not exactly sure what weapons he has. I think he's got the MP40 as well. Not sure if he bought the career at the very beginning or not. We only have a couple more places to open. The teleporters in this map, I believe you call them Kino-style teleporters. Basically, where the teleporter teleports you to the Pack-a-Punch, and the zombies cannot hit you once you are there. Then you get teleported back after a certain amount of time, and things proceed as normally. I believe that is the Kino-style teleporter. And if it is, I'm proud of myself for actually remembering that, because I haven't played the Black Ops maps quite as much as I've played the World at War maps. I never really appreciated them as much as the World at War. I honestly like World at War a lot more than Black Ops. Mainly because of the custom content, but I also never really got into the custom maps. I do actually have all the custom maps for Black Ops. I managed to buy all of the map packs, so yeah, I do have them all. Hit the box one time, got the M1 Garand with grenade launcher. Open up this for $7.50, and we have the Speed Cola for 3k. So we've managed to hit, what is it? That's Speed Cola, and then there was Quick Revive at the very beginning. We open up this door, we've got grenades on the wall. We'll open up this for another 500, and then, but we do not open that right this second. We'll probably be opening it around, I believe. And here we have the teleporter. You have to first link this teleporter, and then you need to go to the other side of the map and link another one. So I believe in a couple rounds we'll be going and linking those. Once you link it, then you go back to the first one that I touched, and you can teleport, and that takes you to Jug, as well as the Pack-a-Punch. So, once again, we'll just be chilling here for a little bit. Rocking out with my M1 Garand. As you can see, I have finally started to speed up the clips here because we are just going to be chilling here for a while. Don't want to bore you guys to death. It's pretty easy to get the hang of. There's not a whole lot of strategy that goes along with this map. Basically, just hold and camp. Make sure that you have enough ammo, and things will work out according to plan. We've opened up this first area there. There is the STG on the wall as well as the Bowie knife on the table. Kind of breezed through that really quickly. I didn't bother to slow that clip down. You kind of get the idea right there. It was back that room that I just opened with the grenades. That is where I opened up the Bowie knife as well as the STG spawn. I picked up the STG, now I've got the STG as well as the MP40. That's a pretty good combination right there, at least for these early rounds. When you start getting into the later rounds, you might want to pick up the trench gun only because it's right on the wall right there. You won't have to worry about ammo in the middle of the round because you've got it off the wall. When you pack a punch, that'll come in handy, just having the ammo right there. I've started placing traps, or rather bouncing betties, all along the way to the teleporter, and we'll use that as our next camping spot. And I'll be talking to you about that in a bit. We're still racking up the points right here. Yorn has almost 7k, and I've got just past the 4k mark, or rather 5k mark. It's going by really fast with this sped up clip footage. Telling Yorn that we need to go. We're gonna be. He left one at the window. We were trying to get one. We were trying to keep one alive. He got one at the window, so we're gonna book it over to the start zone right here. This door was originally closed. It opens when the power gets turned on, and here's the second teleport. This is where you connect to the mainframe. You can only activate that once the other one that I showed you earlier had been touched. So you initiate the link by the speed cola, and then you run back to the start zone and you connect the link with the other one. Yorn got hit, he went down, so I was trying to hit the teleporter as well as booking it back over to him. I actually managed to get him, which I was pretty surprised, which is basically covering the entire map. Got another dog round, it's going to be laying down my betties here again. Betties come extremely in handy, they do a lot of damage. They are also really great at killing dogs, especially if they're already on fire and they're charging at you. They do create a lot of smoke in case you weren't familiar with that, so you might want to be careful about that. I did go down, I was pretty sad. I had speed cola, so I had to go and buy that again. Pretty disappointed about that. Had some major fails in this map. I think we both go down about twice or 3 times in this map. I don't remember. It was a pretty horrible, I don't know, show of my skill, I guess you could say. Whatever skill that I may have. Wasn't too impressed with that. We actually did better the first time we played it. It's amazing how that works, right? You usually do better the first time you play something, and then the subsequent playthroughs you do worse. At least that's how it is for me. I'll play a game, I'll do really well the first time, and then a game or a map, either one. I'll play it the first time, I'll do well, and I'm like, hey, I should probably record that, I did pretty well. And then I play it a second time, and I fail miserably. So it's amazing how that works, right? I did that with Ghost Recon Future Soldier. I haven't actually put up quite a few. I started putting up episodes, and then I basically stopped doing that. I'll be continuing doing that. However, the point of that was that I did really well the first time I played the missions for that, and then I'd go back and I'd record the mission, and I failed pretty bad, so it's amazing how that works. Anyways, we'll be camping in this second spot right here. It's kind of a loop-around tunnel thing, I'm not exactly sure how you would call that, and it ends with the teleporter. Now there's a good amount of space where you can both see, you've got some good line of sight, not as good as where we were before, however this serves quite well because you don't have to worry about your back. So you've got all players, however many you may have, facing the front, and so this concentrates all your firepower right down to the zombies who only spawn from the front. You can lay your betties back where we have them right now, or you can lay them in the hallway, either one, and they'll help you out a lot if you start to get overwhelmed. There are no gun spawns in this room, so you have to worry about ammo. That's the one downside that this has. You don't have a constant supply of ammo. However, if you do have the teleporter linked, then you can make a quick escape using that. Go, pack a punch, get jug, whatever you want, and then you teleport back to the start zone, or basically where the start zone is. So Yorn has almost 12k right now, and I've got a little more than 8.5k, so we're doing really well on cash. We're just going to be racking up the points right here, then we're going to go pack-a-punch a couple weapons, show you where the jug is and the pack-a-punch, and then we'll be going Rambo out for the last maybe round or so, and then killing ourselves. As always, the download link is in the description below, and yeah, that'll be there for you guys to download, check out, have a lot of fun with this map. like I said, that one bug where there's the zombies kind of stand around and don't do anything. That's one of the major bugs. The second major bug I forgot to mention earlier is the fact that if you die completely and then you come back, you don't spawn with a pistol. Now, I'm pretty sure that this was not intentional, and I've actually been having this problem with my own map. It's a problem with the scripts themselves. I'm not exactly sure why this is happening, so I've been struggling with this problem myself for quite a while, and it seems that this guy is also having the same issue. And so, I think this is my theory. It has something to do with the fact that the player spawns on another player. When you die and respawn in this map, you spawn on another player who's already alive. You don't spawn back at the start zone. So that makes it very unique. It goes along with the ZZT mod where you spawn on another player. I have that at my own map, and I'm having the exact same problem as this guy, which is you don't spawn with a pistol. And so I'm thinking that it has to do something with the fact that you're spawning on another player, because it calls another function that tells it don't spawn you back at the start, but to spawn on another player. So I think it has something to do with that. But that's my mapping theory, that's my scripting theory. You guys probably don't understand a whole lot of that if you aren't mappers or scripters. Scripters. That was interesting. Anyways, continuing to rack up the points right here. I've got 14k right now, enough to pack a punch both my weapons as well as getting jugs, so we are in great shape right here. We are going to be using the teleporter in just a minute or two, and then we'll be almost done with this gameplay video. About 16, almost 17 minutes in right now. Maybe 4 or 5 minutes left, not too much longer. We teleport right here, takes us to the Kino Dertoten style pap machine. We've got jug on the wall right there. Pap machine in here. Bjorn just papped his MG42. And I've got my papped STG, and then he also papped his Type 100, and I'll be papping my MP40. So, 4 pack-a-punch weapons, that keeps us in great shape for a while to come. However, we don't stay to too high levels, maybe, what do we stay to? Probably around 17 or so. So anyways, we teleport back. This is almost to where the start zone is. The zombies basically attack you right as you get off the teleporter, so you want to be kind of careful about that. If you're not prepared for that, or if you didn't pack a punch and you have no ammo, then you will be royally screwed over if you get caught with the zombies chasing you right then. Just finished up round 15, we're going to be heading on to 16. Quick revive right here, I'm going to pick that up. I forgot to mention that double tap is right in that room that I just passed. Don't believe I mentioned that before. So we've got all 4 perks. I showed you where the pack-a-punch is. All the rooms are opened. There is no Bible ending on this map, so this is basically just straight survival. I'm not a huge fan of straight survival maps. I kind of get bored really easily when it comes to that. I just don't feel the point of, like, bragging rights, I guess, saying you got to, oh, I got to round 40. It usually just takes a long time, and then I get bored, so I really like Bible ending maps. However, I will review non-Bible ending maps, as you can see me doing right here. Which, if it's not Bible ending, if you've watched my channel for any length of time, you know that I open everything, I show you all the secrets to the map, and then I basically just kill myself. So we're rolling around with the pack-punch weapons, utterly laying waste to the zombies. Got about 2, maybe 3 minutes left to this video. I've got some fun stuff for you once we hit the dog round. Basically just held down the fire button, laid waste to everybody in my path, did not stop, just kept on holding down the fire button, had some fun with that. Kind of went out Rambo style, which is always a fun time. As I mentioned before, this map is fairly dark. You can see a lot of lights on the ceilings and stuff, however they do not give off quite as much light as you'd expect them to. The light radius was obviously not set to very large. If you're not a mapper, you don't know what that is. If you are a mapper, then you do know what I mean. But the light radius is basically the how much area the light covers, and then you have the intensity, which is how bright it is. So sorry for the shaking, I was going out Rambo here. The dog spawned, basically held down the fire button, and yeah, just had a lot of fun steamrolling through the remainder of the dogs. held down the forward button, held down the fire button, basically until I ran out of ammo. And amazingly, I did not die. It's like when you're trying to die, you don't die. When you're not trying to die, you do die. Amazing how that works as well. Pretty intense stuff going on right there. Ah, yeah, Rambo. That's what I'm talking about. Gonna go up to this main area right here, and then we'll kill ourselves on this round. So, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. This has been Nazi Zombie Albtraum, and I just realized that at the very ceiling there, we've got a hanging guy. I kind of looked up and I was like, whoa, what the heck? There's a dead guy hanging from the ceiling right there. Didn't realize that on any of my other playthroughs. So, once again, I want to thank you guys for watching this gameplay video. This was Nazi Zombie Albtraum. Download link is in the description below. The mapper for this is Hybrid. This is version 3. And thanks for watching, and until next time, later.